In the mid-1960s, an American engineer named Chan Thomas wrote a book with a terrifying claim. Earth resets itself, suddenly, violently, again and again. The title? The Adam and Eve Story. Before long, that book wasn't in bookstores. It was in a filing cabinet. Stamped, declassified in part, sanitized copy. The CIA had it. We only saw it decades later through a Freedom of Information request. And what came out wasn't the whole thing, just 57 pages. From a manuscript said to be hundreds of pages long. And even those, the CIA notes, were sanitized. Why would an old cataclysm theory be treated like a state secret? Thomas argued that civilization doesn't march forward in a straight line, it loops. He described rapid pole shifts and sudden crustal movement, continents heaving, oceans sloshing across land, hurricane-force winds, and cities scoured clean. In his telling, past cultures weren't merely conquered. They were erased, leaving behind myths about floods, fire, and a world reborn, an Adam and Eve moment after each reset. Wild? Absolutely. But here's the twist. The sanitized pages include vivid, cinematic passages of destruction and the confident tone of a blueprint. It reads less like sci-fi and more like a warning. So let's separate fact from fiction. What do we actually know for sure? We know the CIA's public reading room does host a declassified, partially released copy of the Adam and Eve story. We know the file label says declassified in part, sanitized copy. And we know the released pages outline a cyclical global cataclysm model. But what we don't know is just as important. We don't know why most of the manuscript is still withheld, or if it even exists in full. We don't know whether the missing sections contained hard data, or just more speculation. And we don't know whether any of it ties to real geophysics beyond dramatic storytelling. So why would an agency like the CIA even care? Because stories move people. A gripping narrative about an inevitable apocalypse can alter markets, policy, even national morale. During the Cold War, intelligence services collected everything: science, pseudoscience, folklore, anything that might influence adversaries or the public. Sometimes they classify things to hide the truth. Sometimes they classify things to quarantine noise. And sometimes they simply protect their sources, names, or methods that are embedded in the paper trail. But here's the deeper reason this story fascinates us. Certainty is comforting. A clean, cinematic end of the world explains the entire messy arc of history in one simple stroke. But the real Earth is far more complicated. Its magnetic fields wander, climates shift, tectonic plates grind against each other, and civilizations rise and fall for many overlapping reasons. Real science changes based on evidence, not how viral a story becomes. So what should we do with the Adam and Eve story? Read it as a cultural artifact and a cautionary tale. Ask for evidence: ice cores, sediment layers, radiometric clocks, globally synchronized markers. Ask for a mechanism, physics that can be tested or falsified. And ask for transparency. If the rest of the book exists, release it so the public and scientists can judge the claims on their merit. The real power of a mystery like this isn't the fear it creates. It's the questions it forces us to ask. Why did this book get pulled into the shadows? Why did parts of it come back scrubbed clean? And why, after all these years, does its story still grip us? Maybe because the end of the world is the oldest story we tell, and the responsibility to separate the signal from the noise is ours. Keep your curiosity, keep your skepticism, and keep asking why. Thanks for watching.